Friday night football is back. The wait is now over, and tonight is the night that the Comets return to action here at Dwyer Field to kick off the 2023 season. It's a beautiful evening here at Mason High School. Perfect weather for some football, and it should be a great matchup between the home Mason Comets and the visiting Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions. My name is Adam Little, joined alongside my partner for tonight's broadcast, Andrew Little. And Andrew, does it just feel great to be back here for some high school football?
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than this. Friday Night Lights, the first one of the year. A lot of energy here at Dwyer Field. Two teams coming off some phenomenal season. Comets last year, 2 playoff wins. Gahanna made it all the way to the state Final Four, so it should be an exciting battle, exciting rematch from last year.
Yeah, we just talked about the rematch from last year. Gahanna Lincoln took the win 9-7. It was a defensive battle. The year before in 2021, the Comets were victorious 15-7. So really, it could go either way tonight. And, just looking off those two scores, it should be a pretty low-scoring game tonight.
Yeah, and both these teams have traditionally been known for their defenses. I think, actually, Adam, I'm going to go a little against the grain here. I think we're going to see a higher-scoring game than the past 2 years. Lincoln, led by their star quarterback and star running back, Dior Hubbard, the running back committed to West Virginia, and then their quarterback, Brennan Ward, who has a plethora of offers. He's their quarterback. And then the Comets, we'll talk about a little bit more about their offense later. So both teams have improved on that side of the ball.
Yeah, and you just mentioned one of our key players for tonight, Dior Hubbard, for Gahanna Lincoln. He's their running back. It was just absolutely dominated versus the Comets last year. Over 200 yards rushing in that game, 201 yards and a touchdown. So the Comets, he's going to be tough to slow down tonight, but with this Comet front four, I think they're going to be able to. They should be able to do it.
Yeah. The Comets really struggled against the run against the team, and then it was totally opposite. The Comets could not run the ball against the Lions last year, but they threw the ball really well. Larson Brown, and we're going to talk about his brother Quinn in just a little bit. Larson Brown had 216 yards passing and 1 passing touchdown. That was the Comets' only score of the game.
And speaking of those Brown brothers, our Mason Comet key player, Quinn Brown, and it looks like he's going to be taking the field as quarterback tonight. That was really the big question mark heading into this year for the Comets, is who is going to take over for Larson Brown. And I think it's going to be his brother, Quinn Brown, tonight to do the job and really just keeping the family tree going at the quarterback position.
Yeah, oldest brother, Colin, was the quarterback a couple years ago. He had 2 great years, now playing at Wittenberg, and he's having a great collegiate career. Then we had a year gap. Michael Molnar started, and then after that it was Larson Brown for 2 years. Larson Brown now playing at Marietta College. And now Quinn, he played tight end the past few years, but he's continuing the family legacy as QB1 tonight. And it's not what the Comets expected, but they're very, very optimistic about what Quinn can do for this team.
Yeah, really should be an exciting night here. And I tell you what, Andrew, I think part of the reason, we've just grown up with high school football, our dad being a coach, but it really just been counting down those days, and it really feels like fall's officially starting now the football season's going.
Yeah, we just got back to school 2 days ago, or yesterday was our first day. Today was first day for some people, but the real mark of the school year is the first football game. We've got a lot of Comet students here. Black Hole is totally full, having a blackout. We've got Batman leading the charge, one of the Black Hole leaders, Ethan Mathis, in a Batman costume. Love to see the energy.
And we are just a minute away from kickoff now. The hype video is playing on the scoreboard. A packed house here on the home side for the Mason Comets. Not as much so on the Gahanna Lincoln side, but understandably, Gahanna coming from Columbus, that's a haul. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of surprised, they have that big of a crowd.
Last year, that was us making that long drive. You and I announced that game together. I remember how long of a drive it was. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep pretty quickly on the way home. So yeah, understandable why they don't have quite the crowd, but still decent amount for an almost 2-hour drive.
Yeah, and again, last year, you talked about how Larson Brown had a stellar game. I don't think you mentioned this. 80% completion percentage, 215 yards, and 94 of those yards going to Braden Greer. So again, we could expect a big game from Greer tonight. And the Comets are ready for kickoff now. Max Gogol, the place kicker for the Comets this season, the sophomore. And just like Colson Bunch and Jacob Hernandez the past 2 years, also a soccer player, so something Coach Kastner really loves.
Yep, since Coach Nate Baer took over boys soccer, now we've had a soccer player as kicker every year, and that's been a partnership that has worked out for both Comet teams. Max Gogol a sophomore, so a little different. The past 2 kickers were seniors. Looking to kick off his Comet career off pretty well here. Back to return for the Lions is Amir Simmons.
And Gogo kicks it off on towards the left side. And he steps out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Gogo couldn't have placed it any better. And I tell you what, that's some awesome momentum for the Comets headed into this game, pinning them back for a 98-yard drive.
That is as great of a start as you could have hoped for from Gogol. Puts it off to the left side, or left to the left of the field. Amir Simmons able to bring it down, but might have wanted that one to bounce for a potential touchback instead. Brennan Ward and Dior Hubbard going to have a lot of room to cover here if they want to find the end zone. 98 yards to go, like you said, and the Comet defense not going to make that easy.
So Ward takes the field in his own end zone. Shotgun snap, handed off to Hubbard, finds a quick hole. He's going to chug forward for about 5 yards on the first rush. Nice run from the senior.
Yeah, and Hubbard brought down there by the linebackers, Kai Wolfolk and Tammy Adesanya. We're going to talk about those two a lot. Kai Wolfolk was a unanimous team captain, committed to play football in college at Army. So those two leaders in the middle of the defense, expect to hear their names called a lot.
5 yards to go on second down for the Lions. Ward takes a shotgun snap, hands off to Hubbard again, cuts outside, makes one-man miss, but a nice wrap-up from Tammy Adesanya.
And Hubbard able to bounce through the first tackle. He doesn't go down on first contact. That's going to be huge for the Lions, but Adesanya does a great job making the wrap-up and limiting the damage.
3 yards to go for the Lions on third down. Ward in the shotgun. 3 receiver set. He looks back over to the sideline, tried to catch the Comets to jump, but they stayed strong. Ward now at the 9. Takes the snap. Look towards the left. Screen pass. Is going to be blown up by the Comets. Only a 1-yard gain. He tried to get Amir Simmons there, but a nice open field tackle. Stephen McCalmont makes the tackle, the senior corner.
Lions spread out there on the third down, puts a lot of pressure on the Comets DBs, but Stephen McCalmont, an experienced corner for the Comets, comes up with a big-time tackle. The Comets can have great field position. Return man lined up at the 45-yard line. Charlie Raymond, another senior.
You might recognize that last name, McCalmont. Stephen's brother, Michael, was a safety for the Comets a few years back. The snap, it's over his head, and there's going to be a safety in the end zone. The Comets take the early 2-0 lead. And knock on wood, Andrew, but it seems like everything's going right for them so far.
Yeah, and a lot of game left to be played. We've only had a couple minutes, but Kai Wolford blew up the play there after the muff snap. The Comets, all the energy going their way.
The senior Tyler Dalton, the one that's going to take them down. The Comets, they're going to get the ball back with the 2-0 lead. 9:54 left in this first quarter. And you can really feel the buzz on that Comet sideline right now.
And last year it was Lincoln that had a safety the first points of the game. Now that didn't come till the third quarter. It was a very low-scoring game last year. Lincoln won 9-7. Now the Comets open up the game with a safety. Maybe history repeats itself. If you get a safety in this game, you go on to win.
Only time will tell. And it's going to be Max Hulava to punt it away for the Lions. Brandon Dunn and Amin Garnett, the junior, back for the Comets. Amin Garnett, the brother of Saeed Garnett, graduated from the Comets 2 years ago, now playing collegiate football at Tiffin University.
Yeah, Saeed made a lot of big plays during his time as a Comet. Amin, plays more defense. Saeed was a receiver, but expect to see some big plays from him throughout this season.
Very high punt, going to drop at the 45. And Garnett's just going to lay down, take a knee The Comets will start with some great field position on their own 41-yard line.
Unconventional punt there. Garnett kind of just high-pointed that ball. Brings it down, but Comets still, they're happy with that field position. Only 60 yards to go. And Quinn Brown, we're going to see our first look at him as the quarterback. And it's Sakai Tolly lining up at running back, making his Comet debut.
Yeah, Tolly was a Comet in middle school, moved to Winton Woods.
Won a state championship.
Now he's back for his senior year. First play, it's going to be a handoff to him as he chugs through, powering through. And the Comet fans are going to love that run. You know, he's standing only 5'6", but boy, does he show some power when he runs, Andrew. Chugs those feet.
Yeah, and Tolly, not the tallest guy. My roster says 5'5". I don't know about that. I think Sakai might disagree with that listing there, but either way, he more than makes up for it with his power. We saw it in the first scrimmage against Lebanon. Tally was tough to bring down, and it's continuing here as he got 9 yards there, even though he was met with contact pretty quickly.
Very condensed formation for the Comets. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that tonight. That one, play action pass. Brown slips and just throws that one to the feet of Chase Blevins. So 3rd and 1 now after the Comet incompletion.
Yeah, that play blown up early. Quinn Brown able to recover his feet there and just get the ball out. That could have been a sack, and they would have lost all the ground they made up. So brings up an important 3rd down here, but this is 4-down territory. Only 1 yard. 1 yard to go at midfield.
The fullback in, Kai Woolfolk for the Comets, playing both ways. They're going to hand it off to him. Chugs through. Picks up 7 yards on the carry. That'll be more than enough for a first down as the Comets are now in Lion territory.
I tell you what, Adam, I didn't have that on my bingo card. Kai Woolfolk picking up the first down for the Comets. But our dad, the offense coordinator, Coach Little, getting a little creative there, brings Woolfolk in, and the fullback dive. It's an efficient play. Any of my the Madden fans, Madden came out today. That's a common play.
Tally. Weren't sure who was going to be the main guy between him and Gavin McDaniel, but looks like Tally's taking the first drive. 3 receivers set now for the Comets. That ball going to be handed off to Tally. He'll pick up another 5 yards there, so Tally, hard to bring down to start the game.
Yeah, running very tough. So Lincoln struggling. He's getting you take those the small gains that you can, just kind of tear away. But I think we have to give some credit to the Comets offensive line. This is the best offensive line they've had in a couple years. Some new starters.
2nd and 5 now. Brown in the shotgun. Again, they're going to hand it off to Tally. He's going to be wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and medium now for the Comets. Tally's going to check out of the game. And it will be the first time we see the junior Gavin McDaniel. See what the Comets draw up here at the 39-yard line again. Just like you mentioned, it still 4-down territory. Cale Jordan playing that tight end position. He's somebody to watch. And Brown's going to take it for the QB draw. He'll get 7, and that's enough to move the chains for a Comet first down.
And something that Quinn Brown brings that his brothers weren't as known for is his mobility. Quinn's been playing tight end the past few years, and Larson and Colin were more pocket throwers. Now they could move. Colin Brown had a lot of rushing touchdowns in his Mason career, but Quinn, the most mobile of the group, and we're going to see him show off his legs a lot tonight. Picks up the first down there.
McDaniel to the right of Brown, 1st and 10 at the 33. Brown's going to take it himself again. Charge forward for another 6 yards. Comets doing a great job of getting that yardage on first down. Really opens up the playbook for the next few plays, Andrew.
Yeah, it looked like a read option there. Brown takes it 6 yards, and when you're successful on first down, you said it opens up the playbooks. It makes the Comets have not had to throw the ball yet, which is really nice. That's going to set up some play action. Maybe we'll see it on this play here.
So yeah, they tried that one earlier. Brown got a little slipped up, but he's still in the shotgun. Comets have it at the 26. That one going to be a handoff to McDaniel, and he is stuffed in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. Looks like it was Eddie Blunt, the senior linebacker, that wrapped him up.
The Comets had negative 17 rushing yards in this game last season. And Gahanna, they lost their top defensive player, now playing at UC, but still a great defensive line. It's going to be, the Comets have run the ball well so far. We'll see if they can continue that, though.
3rd and 6 for the Comets on the left hash. Brown takes it. Play action pass to the left. Wrapped up, and it's going to be a sack for Quan Rhodes.
Now you got a tough decision to make. Probably out of field goal range for Max Gogol.
And it looks like Brown lost a shoe on the play. Yeah, that was about worst case scenario for the Comets, now pushed out of that field goal
Special teams
territory.
heading out there.
And Quinn Brown is the team's punter. And that's going to confuse Lincoln, as they have the rush return man on. That'll be Jalen Scott back there for the Lions. He's sitting at the 10-yard line. Low snap, but a fake punt. Brown's going to take it himself. And we'll see if they give it to him. And they do. Brown picks up about 15 on the rush, and the Comets offense is going to stay. Well, actually, the refs standing at 2 different places.
Yeah, he was close.
They might have said he stepped out of bounds.
To the sideline, about at the 30. They will say he stepped out.
And they actually, looks like they threw a flag on the play.
Holding penalty against the Comets.
We'll wait the call from the great Mr. King up in the booth. He's been doing Mason PA for a long time. Guess we're unsure what that penalty is, but it's going to push the Comets back.
Gives Brown a little bit more room to punt here.
Boots that one away. And a fair catch will be taken in around the 8-yard line. So the Comets unable to convert on that field position, but they are able to pin the Lions back inside their own 10.
Yeah, not able to finish what started off as a great drive. Sakai Talley had a couple great runs to get things going, but Comets just weren't able to get the passing game going at all. And they need to rely more on their defense. Headlined by the defensive line, Noah Dowers, Juan Bates, the sophomore, Malachi Reed, and Liam McMain's in. It's the front 4.
Ward has Hubbard to his right. He'll get the handoff. And a big run from Hubbard. Adesanya's chasing him down. And McCalmont able to finally make the tackle as he crosses into Comet territory. 45-yard run there for Hubbard.
And he's our player to watch for a reason. Going to play Power 5 football at West Virginia and shows off there. And well blocked, probably about a 5-yard gain for most running backs, which is a good first down result, but Hubbard's elusiveness able to break it free, and he was one missed tackle away from the end zone.
Ward takes it, looks to his right. Pass is complete to Simmons. Pick up 8 yards.
Ward starting to get some momentum at quarterback. He has we said 3-star recruit offers from Kentucky, Boston College, Central Michigan, Akron, and Bowling Green. That's a pretty solid list right there.
Yeah, especially with SEC school at the top of that list there.
And he's just a junior, so he's got some more time to prove himself.
Ward takes the snap. Tried to find Jalen Scott, but the pass just a little bit over his head. Nice coverage there from Stephen McCalmont.
Yeah, McCalmont was all over that coverage, but a little bit overthrown ball either way. Sets up 3rd and short. Something to watch, the Comets D-line. 2 sophomores playing defensive tackle, Juan Bates and John Hendricks. Bates has been out there for this series.
Hubbard, 2 wards left. He'll take the handoff, cuts outside, and that'll be enough, I believe, for a first down. Nice little spin at the end, extended the ball.
Falls forward, it's gonna be close. Chain gang marking him inches short right now. Referees indicating first down. If Chains will move. Oh, no. It's 4th and short.
Oh, they are going to bring out the Chains.
Introducing the Gahanna Lincoln cheerleaders, Sydney Burks.
And even if this is marked short, have to imagine Lincoln will stay out there.
And Sergio, Faith Tiberio, Trinity Brooks.
And they're going to motion for the first down. Got that one just by a few inches. That extra effort and that spin move was able to propel him forward.
Yeah, Hubbard's spun and then fell forward. It was enough to pick up the first down. Keeps this drive alive for the Lions.
First quarter flying by. 3:52 on the clock. Lincoln has the football. Ward takes the snap. Throws a deep ball downfield and almost intercepted by McCalmont. Put a little bit too much juice on that throw. And I tell you what, very impressed by McCalmont so far. Really locking down Jalen Scott on that left side of the field.
Yeah, and Ward had his eyes on Scott that entire play. Scott tried to double move, but McCalmont was tracking with him the whole way. Scott almost got a little tangled up with McCalmont. I think if McCalmont had a little bit more space, he would have come down with that interception, but that contact prevents it.
4 receivers on the field for Lincoln. 2nd and 10, a screen pass to Simmons. He'll push forward about 9 yards. Just short of the first down, the stop from the senior safety, Kyle Wilson.
Yeah, Kyle Wilson was blitzing. Almost had a tackle for loss, but a great block from Ryan Washington. Was able to extend that play, and then Wilson was still able to come down with a tackle. 3rd and short.
Third and 1 now for the Golden Lions. Hubbard on the right side of Ward. He'll take the handoff. Fall forward for about 4 yards, and that'll move the chains.
Hubbard running behind a pretty strong offensive line. Jake Grimm, the left tackle, committed to Toledo. Elijah King, playing on the interior, committed to Rutgers.
First down just near the red zone now for the Lions. Ward will take the shotgun snap. Looking towards the middle of the field, finds Simmons. Wrapped up by Kyle Wilson, but not before the Lions move inside of the Comets' 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
Comets had pressure there, but Ward stays strong in the pocket, showing off some poise, and makes an accurate throw across the middle of the field. That's tough to do. That's why he's one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Ohio. staying comfortable with the defense.
The 3-star takes the snap, hands it off to Hubbard. Comets do a good job there of stopping Hubbard early.
Your Hubbard stopped that time by Noah Dowers.
Looks like Noah Dowers was leading the charge there for the Comets, number 33.
Dowers, definitely a breakout candidate for the Comets, a junior on the defensive line, stepping in for Bryce Falk and Caden Davis.
Yeah, Bryce Falk
7 to go.
playing at Kent State this year. Caden Davis, a walk-on at Ohio State. As Ward takes the snap, a flag's thrown, and Ward's helmet comes off. I believe this is going to be on the Lions as the and it is a false start. That'll push
False start, Golden Lions.
them back 5 yards.
And that penalty actually going to save Ward a little bit. Your helmet comes off in high school football. You have to set out a play, but I believe the penalty is going to eliminate that.
Lions move back. To the 15-yard line.
Now they're moving forward.
Forward now. Coach Mitchell, the defensive line coach on Comet sideline's got his hands out. He's not really sure what happened. Oh, it looks like they've just moved the ball back too far. It was only a 5-yard penalty. So they have it at the 12. They had it at the 17.
The Comets probably would have preferred that the sack if the play hadn't been blown dead. Would have been about this much yardage lost and the loss of down.
Condensed formation for Lincoln, 2 receivers on each side. As Ward looking towards the left side of the field. And that ball out of the hands of his tight end, Ryan Washington, the sophomore.
Once again, it's Stephen McCalmon who blows up the play from the secondary. Strong start to the game for him.
Third and goal. Lincoln sitting at the 12-yard line. Trips to the right. Ward looking towards the right side of the field. Kyle Wilson, the very tight coverage. No fly zone. He extends those arms out. And a nice stop for the Comets, the senior safety, making big plays happen in the red zone.
Kyle Wilson knocked it down.
Yeah, in the safety room,
4th down.
definitely had a lot of change from last year. Weston Simmons and Sean Krukeberg, 2 of the best players in the Comet defense last year, both now graduated, but Kyle Wilson looking to step into that void.
And Hubia with the field goal attempt, and it is good. So we've got a baseball score here at Dwyer Field with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. The Lions have the 3-2 lead over the Mason Comets. And Lincoln took a lot of time off the clock on that drive. Dior Hubbard, the running back, had that explosive 45-yard run. And then really just from the Comets 50 in, it was marginal gains. Andrew, I do think that Coach Bruce Ward's going to be a little bit disappointed with the field goal there, considering they were so close. But when it's been such low-scoring games these past years, you're just going to take the points when you can get them.
Yeah, and, you get down to the red zone. Obviously, you want 7 points, but still up on top on the scoreboard. You'll take it. It's 3 quarters left to play. And after the start where they had the safety and then gave the Comets the ball around the 50-yard line, having a lead at the end of the first quarter is something that you can hold your head on.
Kickoff fielded by Garnett. Has it at the 20. Finds some open space. It'll be taken down at the 30-yard line. Preston Penn, the junior. leading the charge for Gahanna. So Quinn Brown will take the field, his second drive as the Mason varsity starting quarterback. And again, Brown just picked up the quarterback, or just picked up the football, tried out that quarterback position a few months ago, and it's really come natural to him. You know, we talked about it's in his blood, but really has command of this Comet team, one of the 4 captains. Compressed formation, Brown scrambling towards the right, takes a shot down the field. A flag's thrown in the secondary, but that ball underthrown. We'll see the call.
He's looking for his top target, Braden Greer, down the field despite the double coverage.
We'll say pretty risky throw there by Brown, off balance into double coverage. Lucky that ball was incomplete, but
and I
see what the
I think this penalty will be on the defense. So Quinn Brown saw that penalty flag, or saw that, knew he had a free play.
Looks like it's going to be a hold on the line secondary. So Brown takes a shot on the free play, doesn't come up with it, but hey, they're going to get 10 yards and a new set of downs.
First down either way. Tally in the backfield.
Billhorn in motion, handoff to Tally. Tally cuts to the left side, but tripped up at the last second from Daniel Apoku. Picks up 4 yards on the carry. But hey, Coach Castor's going to take those 4-yard carries every time.
Yep, Tally seems to be the early down back so far for the Comets. Able to pick up 4 yards there. Would have had a lot more, but that was a great play from Apoku, flying in from the secondary.
Timeout called, or excuse me, the end of the first quarter.
It's okay, Adam. First game, you're
I'll
a little
say,
rusty.
you know, Comets are a little rusty, and so are we up here in the booth. It's been a while. As end of the first quarter, the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions have the 3-2 lead over the Mason Comets. We'll see who can start to take the command in the second quarter. We'll be back with you with the rest of the action here on Mason Sports Radio. Second quarter action here at Dwyer Field. As Brown takes the snap, hands it off to McDaniel, and McDaniel charges forward for 6 yards. And the men in stripes will signal for the chains to move.
It's early, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from this new look Comets running back duo. Last year we had Nick Sailors and Tay Hibbett. This year, Tally and McDaniel looking like a similar force to be reckoned with.
Midfield. First and 10, Comets.
Four receiver set now for Mason. McDaniel, the running back. Brown feeling some heat. And an unbelievable play there by Elijah King.
Elijah King was able to break through.
Broke through the right tackle, Ben Cravens there.
King committed to Rutgers. He's 6'6". There's not a lot of players in high school football with his type of length. And Comets offensive line just overwhelmed right there. That pocket collapsed quickly. Brown didn't have time to throw the ball away.
Yeah, and Craven's one of the most experienced members of this Comets offensive line, really a leader for them this year. But he's going to have a tough task ahead of him tonight with that Big Ten commit right on his head. As this one, it's going to be a read option from Brown. He falls forward for 6 yards, setting up a 3rd and 9 as now at the Golden Lion 49-yard line.
And Brown recoups some of that yardage. Now you're putting yourself in a better situation. Again, around midfield, probably in 4-down territory, so you don't need all 9 yards right here. Need at least 5 or 6, though, I'd say. But, we were talking about Cravens, how this is his 3rd year starting. Vaughn Johnson, the left tackle, also. We got to keep an eye on this tackle duo for the Comets.
Yeah, very strong offensive tackle duo for the Comets this year. 3rd and 9 now for Brown. And it's dropped by Blevins. Could have been a really nice play as they were trying the end around. Blevins had a lot of green grass ahead of them. 4th and 15 now for Mason. That's going to force a punt from Quinn Brown.
Chase Hacker came up with it for the Comets.
Chase Hacker able to fall on top of it for Mason.
Yeah, Hacker heads up play because the Lions.
And actually, they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
So now we saw Quinn Brown attempt a fake punt on the first drive, which after a penalty ended up going back. Maybe we see it again here at the 50-yard line, 9 yards to go, although he's lined up way back. He'd have to travel 20-plus yards.
Flag thrown. Looks like it'll be offsides from Lincoln, so that could change Coach Castor's decision here. Now 4th and 4 at the Lincoln 44-yard line.
I could see the Comets use a timeout here, but punt team still out there.
9:32 left on the clock. Brown, delayed punt, boots that one. Just a little bit too much. It'll bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, Brown, his first punt, which got called off after the offsides, would have pinned the Lions down inside the 5. They nearly had it, but smart play from the turn man to let that ball bounce into the end zone. Lions, 80 yards to go. Coach Kastner going to trust his defense here with 9:24 left in the second quarter. If you're just recently joining us, Comets got on the board with a safety on a muffed punt from Gahanna, and then on their last drive picked up a field goal to take the lead.
Ward takes the snap, hands it off to Hubbard, the exact same play that he had that 45-yard gain on, and he'll pick up 19 there. That delayed handoff cut in the opposite direction.
Comets having trouble sealing the edge right now on Hubbard. They had about 4 defenders near Hubbard on the sideline, but he was just able to keep chugging along, picked up the extra yardage.
1st and 10, Ward in the shotgun, trips formation on the left. Hand off to Hubbard, and stuffed immediately in the backfield. Again, the junior Noah Dowers making his presence felt early.
And the Comets D-line versus this Lions offensive line. We talked about 2 of their guys. Big-time college recruits. That's the battle. The games are won and lost in the trenches. So far, it's been a pretty even fight.
2nd and 10. Ball on the Lion 39. Low snap. Ward finds Simmons. Almost breaks through Wilson's tackle, but he'll be tripped up and lunges forward for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, Wilson got there quickly. Almost made the tackle, but extra effort picks up a few yards.
3rd and 4 now.
Lincoln, you have to assume, going to give the ball to their star running back, Dior Hubbard here. He's been almost a guaranteed 5+ yards a touch.
2 men in the backfield for the Lions. Hubbard and the slot receiver Simmons.
Hubbard motions out.
Motions out. Thought about it. It's gonna be. Looks like they're trying to get a screen pass to Simmons, but the Comets blow it up, and Adesanya forces them out of bounds. Great play recognition by the Comets D-line, recognizing that screen pass. It'll be a 3-yard loss, forcing a Lincoln punt.
Yeah, Adesanya, Bates, and Reed on the D-line there. Kept Ward in check.
Hubia back to punt. Taken in by Raymond. Makes one Lion miss. Only able to pick up a couple of yards, though. As the Comets will start at their own 31-yard line.
Several yards on a return. Elijah King was there to make the stop.
The Comet offense has been held scoreless so far. But Talley and Brown taking the field, looking to change that this drive. Brown feeling the heat, screen pass to Talley, and he'll pick up 11 yards, executed perfectly. It's a quick Comet first down.
And Talley, so far, we've seen him more as a bruiser, breaking tackles, but there, gets out in open space and makes a good play.
First down, Comets.
That's the best passing play the Comets have had so far.
Yeah, and although a little bit smaller than Tay Hibbett, transferred over to Princeton, Talley definitely strikes the threat where he can take one to the house from anywhere on the field, no matter how far back. He's got a lot of endurance. Brown takes a shotgun snap, hands it off to McDaniel, and McDaniel stays on his feet and turns what should have been a 3-yard gain into a 8-yard gain.
And you said 3-yard gain. I think McDaniel might have been lucky to get to the line of scrimmage. The Rutgers commit Elijah King broke through the line immediately, but McDaniel running violently nearly picks up a first down there, getting 8 yards. Impressive run from the junior.
Clock continuing to wind down, 5:40 left in this first half. Comets staying very compressed all game, trying to set up that play-action pass. Billhorn in motion. Brown will take it himself. Picks up the first down.
All he needed there was 2 yards. He got it.
Quinn Brown kept it and picked up the first down for the Comets. Preston Penn made the tackle.
I really like, how Comets stay in the compress, as we've mentioned before. Gahanna Lincoln has some serious speed in their secondary and on the outsides. So they're really trying to force things in and punch it right in the Lions' mouth. Trips to the left. Brown takes a shot down the field, trying to find Greer, and unable to pull in the diving catch. Almost had it. I like the aggressiveness from Brown there.
Yeah, first down. You can afford to take a shot there, and just ever so slightly overthrew Braden Greer. those are the types of looks you want. Greer does a great job winning there one-on-one in coverage. Well, that's a look that Brown and Greer are going to want to have back.
Second and 10 now. Tally, the tailback, takes it, charging forward. And he picks up 5 yards like it was nothing.
That's been the story of the game so far, these two running games. Getting almost anything they want on early downs. 3rd and 5. And we've said this every time the Comets have been in this situation so far, but 4-down territory. They've been sacked before, though, on 3rd down. Have to avoid that here.
Brown under center.
8 in the box for the Lions.
Keep an eye on Cale Jordan, the tight end here. Coach Castor's going to call his first timeout of the game with exactly 4 minutes on the clock. And I like that decision, Andrew. You know, this is a really crucial play. You know, check out Lincoln's lineup and move forward.
Yeah, Lincoln had 8 players in the box, only 3 DBs out there. Their safety was creeping inside, so Comets maybe didn't feel they had the personnel to handle that. Lions were showing blitz. Now maybe that's a bluff, but on 3rd and 5, you can assume probably going to blitz there. So you give Quinn Brown and the offense a little bit of a chance to get a breather here after now they're moving pretty far along into this drive, and potentially change your personnel.
People First Staffing, Crystal Clear Cleaning and Contracting, Senior Clarity Insurance, First Financial Bank, Van Dyke Mortgage.
4 wide receivers out for the Comets, including Brandon Dunn, the junior.
Blevins in motion. Brown looking towards the left side of the field. Finds Blevins, picks up the first down. A beautiful jump cut. And he'll pick up an additional 7 yards there. Blevins showing off his elusiveness.
Yeah, that play there just designed to pick up the first down, move the chains, but Blevins decided he wanted a little bit more. Fantastic juke move. That's a textbook way to break some tackles.
Yeah, all 3 Comet receivers returning from last year. A lot of experience and depth in that room. You know, you mentioned the junior Brandon Dunn, a couple of sophomores thrown in there as well.
Yeah, it's a deep receiver room for the Comets. And so Quinn Brown, even though inexperienced at quarterback, he's got a lot of weapons to rely on.
Brown hands it off to Tally. Picks up 2 there.
Lions neutralized that play pretty quickly. Tally able to pick up 2 yards. You'd like more on first down, but you're getting anything there is a plus. Now might be in field goal range for Max Gogol.
Twin telepathy. You took the words right out of my mouth there. I was just about to say that. But go on. Yeah, could be in the range for Gogol, but Comets looking to score 7. Brown takes the snap, feeling some heat, and how about that jump pass to Braden Greer? Gahanna saying it hit the ground, but the refs are going to say he pulled it in. A little bit of Tim Tebow action there, Andy.
Yeah, there's some twin telepathy. I was about to talk about Tebow. Yeah, but from our angle up in the press box, it looked like Braden Greer was able to get his arms underneath the cradle of that ball. That's a great, heads up play from Brown. Pocket collapses. He's got to make a play, step out of the pocket. Finds his top target, Braden Greer, who had over 500 yards receiving last year. And then he had the play of the year, touchdown against Springboro to win that second playoff game. And now he's stepping up, making big plays tonight already.
Greer, Dunn, and Billhorn, the receivers for the Comets. So Brown and Blevins run into each other. Blevins was in the backfield, and it looks like we've got an injured Lion on the field. He's grabbing his right knee. So there'll be a quick timeout. 1:45 left in second quarter. This training staff will take a look at him, Eddie Blunt, the junior linebacker.
Never want to see injury, especially first game of the year. Blunt able to walk off on his own power. Hopefully that's a good sign.
Andrew, under 2 minutes. See how the Coach Kastner and the Comets trying to manage the clock here.
Yeah, and the big thing here is that, I think you want to pass the ball a little bit. You want to get Brown going, but cannot afford a turnover in the scrimmage against Springboro. First drive of the game, they made it down the field, but then had an interception in the red zone.
Yeah, and something to keep in mind.
That.
Mason will receive the second half kickoff. So
here on second down, Blevins again in. Maybe they'll run the play. I believe that play was blown up. I think Brown just running inside.
Yeah,
was the secondary option. Run that original play and then.
Blevins still the tailback. And Brown will take it himself again. Flag's thrown. See what the call is.
Quinn Brown brought down by Mike Mormon.
Kastner upset on the sideline, so I'm going to take that as a sign that this penalty probably on Mason.
Yeah, Coach Kastner flails off his headset.
False start, Comets, 5-yard penalty.
It is a false start. Takes away a decent pickup from Quinn Brown on second down. Lowered his shoulder to get some extra yardage. You don't see that a lot from quarterbacks going one-on-one with linebackers. It's a gutsy play.
Yeah, Brown, played tight end last season for the Comets, so not afraid to lower his shoulder.
Yeah, tight ends, they're known for their physicality. Brown bringing that to the quarterback position.
3 receiver set for Brown. Steps back. Scrambles to the right. That ball tipped. Very dangerous. Billhorn did a nice job of following the ball. It drops in front of him. But I think a sigh of relief from the Comet coaches. Never like when a ball's tipped up in the air.
No. And Brown faced pressure immediately. Moved off, and that ball, got tipped. But I think Billhorn upset after that play. Looked like he got pushed. I think he had a chance to pick up that ball. It probably wouldn't have been a first down, but it would have at least made it closer. Now 3rd and long. And field goal gives you the lead here, but heading into halftime, you want all the momentum you can get.
47 seconds on the clock. The Lions have all 3 timeouts, so Coach Kastner calls a timeout, try to avoid a delay of game. He's got 1 left in his pocket.
Yeah, and using timeouts here is a potentially risky decision. If you score on one of these next 2 plays, the Lions will get the ball back with about 20 to 30 seconds. And with Dior Hubbard's explosiveness, you can't count anything out. Sometimes it might be helpful to have some timeouts defensively.
Yeah, and we can't forget to mention the name Amir Simmons, and he's somebody we didn't have a huge scouting report on coming into the game, but Coach Ward has been really utilizing him a lot. That slot receiver, mixing him in. They tried that screen pass, it was blown up, but Simmons definitely has the speed to take one to the house.
Yeah, Simmons has been the go-to target for Brennan Ward.
Third and 12 for Mason. Ball on the Lincoln 16-yard line. 47 seconds left in the first half. Billhorn in motion, looking towards the right side of the field. Throws the ball up to Braden Greer. No flag thrown. Looks like he got tripped up over his own feet.
So we're going to get our first look at the sophomore Max Gogol. And the coaches, they really like what they have in him. Adam mentioned it earlier, another soccer player, Colson Bunch, Jacob Hernandez, the past 2 kickers for these Comet teams. But Gogol might have the strongest leg of those three.
Doesn't look like a kicker either. 6'1", 185.
He could be playing linebacker for this team.
Gogol knocks down his first varsity field goal attempt. So the Comets take the 5-3 lead and still, said it once, still got a baseball score here at the Comets football field.
And Gogol, what a moment for him, getting his first career field goal. Comets take the lead again, 35 seconds, and don't count out the Lions here. Dior Hubbard, Brennan Ward have some time on the clock to make something happen, even if it's just getting into field goal range.
And they've got the timeouts too, so.
Yep.
Yeah, may say 35 seconds on the clock, but we could still be here for a while before the marching band takes the field for halftime. Those of you just now tuning in, first drive of the game, a muffed punt in the end zone forced a Lincoln safety. Then Gahanna drove down the field, got a field goal of their own, and Max Gogol just matched them there. Comets have the 2-point lead. That ball fielded by Simmons, taken down at the 25 by Stephen McCallum, that we've called his name a lot, the senior corner.
Yeah, normally when you're saying a cornerback's name a lot in the game, it's not always a good thing for them. But I'd say today, McCallum has played pretty lights out in this first half. He's made some nice plays in coverage, has some tackles, including on special teams, right there. But 7 seconds come off the clock on that return. Even 28 for Brennan Ward.
Ward hands it off to Hubbard. Hubbard has got a lot of room. Pushed out of bounds at the 43. And we've seen 3 15-plus yard runs already from Hubbard. One of those a 45-yard breakaway run. So 19 seconds on the clock. Golden Lions have all 3 timeouts. They've definitely got the tools to get in the field goal range.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for Hubbard to make a splash play like that. There, just had all he needed was one lead blocker. He picked up the first down.
Ward scrambling. He's going to take it himself and wrapped up from behind the junior Noah Dowers. Coach Ward's going to call his first timeout of the game for Gahanna. Coach Bruce Ward, the father of the junior quarterback, Brennan Ward. So 10 seconds on the clock. Lions 1 to 2 more plays potentially.
2 timeouts.
At that point, this point, you almost got to be going for the end zone here.
Yeah, 10 seconds is tough. You might, if you run a play here, you might have enough time for a field goal if you can pick up about 30 yards, but it's a long shot.
Yeah.
Try 2 shots for the end zone here if you use your time well.
So yeah, you could try to run a quick, 15, 20-yard out route, but even that, very tough with 10 seconds left.
And you might feel better off putting the ball in the hands of your star running back Dior Hubbard and see if he can make something happen. We've seen him flex out to receiver a couple times in these 2 running back looks. Watch the pre-snap, see if there's any motion.
Looks like Coach Kassler is going to rush onto the field, call his final timeout of the first half.
Changed a little bit. Tyler Dalton checking into the game, the senior linebacker.
There's another position we were a little unsure of who was going to be taking the starting role headed into tonight's game. It was between the senior Dalton and the junior Ryan Davis. We've seen Dalton a few times tonight.
Yeah, Comets moving into a new look defense. 4-3 base. Last year they played more of a 4-2-5. And so we knew who the two linebackers were going to be, Kai Wolfel and Tammy Adesanya, and got a lot of playing time last year. That third spot, like I said, up for grabs. And it doesn't look like that starting role has been determined so far tonight.
So. And you talked about this new look Mason defense, brand new defensive coordinator, Coach Kent McCollum. Coach Falk retired after last year from the varsity level.
Hanging up the headset.
Coach's boy won last year. Bryce Falk was a Comet defensive end last year.
And Coach Falk went out with a bang. Comet's defense last year was one of the best in the entire state.
Ward looking down the field, feeling the pressure, and throws it out of bounds. 5 seconds on the clock now. Looks like it ticked down to 4. Comets forcing pressure on Ward early. Both these quarterbacks tonight feeling a lot of heat in the pocket.
Yeah, no sack there, but going to be very happy with the result for the Comet D-line. Now, Mason moving fully into that prevent defense. Dalton checks off the field.
Jonathan Hendricks running onto the field.
As a sophomore, 6'1", 275. He's got a lot of upside as a nose tackle.
3rd and 6 for the Lions. Likely the final play of the first half. The handoff to Hubbard. Bounces outside. Picks up about 18 yards, but not going to be enough for the Lions as the clock winds down to 0. And the first half comes to a close. The Mason Comets, the 5-3 lead over the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions. And we knew this was going to be a great game, Andrew. Low scoring, just like these last 2 years. Get your popcorn in your lap, ready for the second half. We'll be bringing you the rest of the coverage here on Mason Sports Radio. And the Mason Band's going to take the field for halftime. And welcome back to Dwyer Field here at Beacon Tri-Health Stadium. The Comets taking on the Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions. We got a baseball score right now of 5-3. You know, first off, Gahanna Lincoln muffed that punt in the end zone for a safety. Then next time they got the ball, drove down the field, led by a 45-yard run by Dior Hubbard. Got a field goal, and then Max Gogol matched that field goal for the Comets. And they will receive the second half kickoff with the 2-point lead. That one received by Brendan Dunn. Cuts to the left side of the field, and he was about one defender away, potentially taking that to the house, but nice return there by the junior, all the way up to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, great return from Dunn. And Comets, you know, they're kind of having an open competition for who's going to be their lead return man. Dunn just made a great case for himself, giving the team great field position. We'll see Quinn Brown trot back out. You know, limited passing opportunities so far. Comets have leaned on their run game, led by Sakai Talley and Gavin McDaniel. But maybe the playbook opens up a little bit in the second half for Quinn Brown.
Dunn in motion. Brown takes a snap. Screen pass to Blevins. Looks like he'll be taken down just short of the first down, but a nice 8-yard pickup.
In the quick passing game, it's going to be where Quinn Brown can really get going, get some confidence, and then maybe take a deep shot. We saw one earlier, a play action to Braden Greer that just narrowly missed him.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Comets take one of those this drive. Blevins in the backfield. He'll take the handoff. He'll fall forward for a 5-yard pickup. That'll be enough to move the chains.
Chase Blevins on the carry. He picked up the first down.
And, you know, we talked about some of the studs on this Gahanna side of the defense. Elijah King, one of their defensive linemen, committed to Rutgers. He's been making an impact early, playing that. Gahanna plays that 3-4, but it's on that left side of the end. Another handoff to Blevins. He spins forward for an 8-yard pickup.
I'm kind of surprised to see Blevins used on the early downs of this drive. You know, he's compared to McDaniel and Talley. You know, Blevins only 160 pounds. He's definitely the most elusive option. The best pass catcher, his primary position is receiver. But so far, Comets have been playing him.
Yeah, and I tell you
early
what,
downs, and it's working out though.
Yeah, and it's been 3 great performances from all 3 of these running backs, in Talley, McDaniel, and now Blevins. 2nd and 2 now. Brown takes the snap, hands it off to Blevins, shakes free of one defender, stopped, looks like just short of the first down. Quan Rhodes shot through the gap there.
Yeah, and Blevins staying out there for 3rd and short. Quinn Brown has had a couple QB sneaks already. I'd expect that play here. But with Blevins playing at running back, that allows the Comets to spread out or mix in the receiving rotation a little bit. Brendan Dunn.
And we could see Brown take this one himself. But he hands it off to Blevins. Blevins picks up a yard, but that's all he needed.
Yeah, he got the first down early. Lincoln's linebacker celebrated afterwards, almost like he made the stop. And the Lions' reinforcements came in there and pushed Blevins back, but forward progress moves the chains. They're sticking with this formation.
Talley will check in the game for Blevins to give him a little bit of a rest. Trips to the right for the Comets, 1st and 10. Comets have it past midfield at the Lincoln 43. Brown heaves it downfield, and a little bit too much mustard on that ball as he overthrows Greer, but I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, great coverage from Daniel Opoku, running stride for stride with Greer, making it difficult for him to break free. But yeah, you like to see the aggressiveness and the play calling, try to get some deep shots downfield. Eventually one of those plays will break in their favor. Talley stays out there, running back.
Greer done. And Bill Horn are your receivers left to right. Hand off to Talley, and the Lions were all over that play. Talley with a 3-yard loss. We've seen a lot of blitzing from the Lions so far, Andrew.
Yeah, and they're an aggressive defense, and it's worked out well when they've brought the heat. You know, the Comets haven't been able to do much. We've seen a couple sacks now, or a couple tackles for losses. You know, when you're playing against an inexperienced quarterback like Quinn Brown, first year ever playing the position, it's important to keep him on his toes.
3rd and 12 now for the Comets at the Gahanna 45-yard line. Brown drops back, tries to find Greer, put his hands up a little bit too late.
Jason Smith locked him down there. Said Greer not able to turn around and get his hands up in time. And now Comets going to be forced to punt. And they're riding a little bit of momentum. Got the field goal to take the lead at the end of the second quarter. But now Lincoln has a chance to snatch it back.
Scott, the return man. Brown boots it away. Fair catch at the 11. So junior Brennan Ward lead the charge for the Golden Lions. Here in the second half, we'll see what adjustments they made in the locker room. You mentioned it earlier, blackout theme for the Mason student section. And Andrew, I have to say, I do see a celebrity in the stands for the Comets. Nate Kelly has made his return, former Black Hole leader. Pretty packed house here for the Mason students.
Yeah, Nate Kelly definitely proud of the Black Hole today.
As Ward takes the snap, finds Simmons for a nice little curl route. Picks up 6 after the catch for a 16-yard pickup.
Yeah, and Ward, good decision there. Finds open man in the middle of the field and went through his progressions. Made the play.
Hand off to Hubbard. Hubbard shaking free of all kinds of Comet defenders. All the way to his own 48-yard line. Another 18-yard pickup. And Andrew, we've seen a lot of those 15 to 20-yard gains from Hubbard tonight.
Yeah, Hubbard broke
well over 100 yards.
He broke past the entire Comet defense there. Ended up being brought down by Malachi Reed, one of the defensive tackles. Not usually not a great sign when the defensive tackle's making the play 20 yards downfield. That's just Dior Hubbard, his game-breaking ability.
Ward takes a shotgun snap, looking towards the right side of the field, finds Simmons, shakes free of Charlie Raymond, and Kai Woolfolk is able to make the tackle, but not after Simmons shakes for a first down.
Yeah, this Lions offense really starting to gain some momentum. Simmons, looked like a pretty traditional 4 or 5 yard gain, then boom, like I said, that spin move picks up the first down and more. A lot going right for Gahanna.
Simmons listed only at 5'8", so definitely on the smaller side, but very elusive as he shut off on that play. Hubbard to the left of Ward. Ward, the delayed handoff to Hubbard. This time the Comets able to take Hubbard down. Kai Woolfolk was the first man to touch him. So 2nd and 9 now. Lions in Comet territory. Fake handoff to Hubbard, and a wide open Simmons drops the ball. Andrew, I think he was too worried about taking that one to the house than just catching the ball.
Yeah, everything went right there on the play except for the catch. Simmons.
Beautiful fake handoff there by Ward. He fooled me. Fooled a few Comet defenders as well.
Comets really catch a break there. Their secondary was in position to make a tackle. You know, we saw Simmons just earlier make a spin move and break free. That could have been 6 for the Golden Lions.
3rd and 9 now for the Lions at the Comets 36. Ward feeling some pressure, and how about Kyle Wilson coming from behind, the strong safety. He will pick up about a yard, but a nice play. Wilson coming from the opposite side and tracks down the 3-star quarterback.
Yeah, and it's an aggressive call there to blitz your safety on 2nd and long.
3rd and long.
Or, excuse me, 3rd and long. But Wilson able to make the play, and the defensive line created a lot of pressure, allowed Wilson to make that sack.
Comets showing some pressure. It's Ward. Empty backfield, and he's going to punt it. And a beautiful punt there by Ward. You know, Hulaba
Looks like it was down inside the 5.
has been punting all day for the Lions, but Ward changes things up, and Lions are able to knock it down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, not going to lie, Adam, that surprised me. I thought they were going for it on 4th down. But Ward just dropped a beautiful punt. It's going to be difficult for the Comets to get out here. Imagine they're going to hand it off early and often to either Talley or McDaniel. And the Lions unit does a good job down in that ball, pinning the Comets back.
4:31 left in this 3rd quarter. Brown in the shotgun in his own end zone. Blevins in the backfield. He'll take the handoff, but not able to get much. Wrapped up near the line. He's going to pick up 1.
Stopped by the interior lineman of the Golden Lions.
And Blevins following the inside blockers. We talked about the tackle duo. They've got some experience on the inside, a little bit less experienced at center. Liam Davidson, he had some playing time last year as a sophomore. Then the guards, Chase Hacker, played last year. He's a senior. But the youngest face down there, Joey Oscar, a sophomore, starting at left guard.
Yeah, that was another positional battle.
Came down to the wire. Came down to today, really.
Yeah, between sophomore Oscar and senior Jude Kendall. Oscar definitely has a lot of upside. And Coach Kastner, not happy, forced to call his first timeout of the 2nd half.
Yeah, never want to call a timeout this early in the 2nd half, but in this situation, you kind of have to. Can't afford a blown play inside the 5-yard line. We already saw the Lions have a safety. Comets tie if they were able to, if they got sacked here, would tie the ball game up, and Gahanna will get the ball back. Quinn Brown. Adam, how would you say Quinn Brown's done so far tonight in his first career start?
I tell you what, the passing game has not been the strongest. However, he's been doing some serious work with his legs. You know, we talked about was originally a tight end, moved to that quarterback position. Only been playing really the quarterback position for a few weeks, if we're being honest. But showing off his physicality, not afraid to lay his shoulder down. Very Michael Molnar-ish from a few years ago. And I think Comets are just happy with that.
Yeah, Michael Molnar played quarterback his junior year, then When Larson Brown, Quinn's brother, was ready, they moved Molnar all over the field, really. Wide receiver, tight end, safety, and now he's doing just that, playing all over the defense at OU.
2nd and 8 now. Brown drops back, takes a shot down the field to Braden Greer. One-on-one, unable to pull it in. Incomplete pass. Tight coverage there from Daniel Opoku.
That was a great ball from Brown, but Opoku, just fantastic coverage. He's been one of the stars of the night so far for Gahanna. Been locking up Braden Greer. Now puts the Comets in a tough situation. 3rd and 10 at their own 5-yard line. It's hard to pass here when you don't have much room between your center and the end zone.
Brown under center, drops back again, takes another shot to Braden Greer, but that time overthrew him just a bit. The exact same play. Comets liked that matchup, just unable to execute. Lincoln going to have some good field position. It's Brown. He's going to be forced to punt in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Lincoln setting up inside the 45-yard line most likely. That punt had more juice than expected. Return man, Jalen Scott, has to move back, and they're going to be starting around midfield. The Comet defense has played really well so far. Hasn't had a bend don't break mentality so far. Gave up that field goal earlier in the game, but
I tell you what, Andrew, that ball had almost 60 yards in the air. Punting it from the back of the end zone, and the fair catch past the 50-yard line.
Quinn Brown's a talented kid. Can play quarterback, tight end. I guess punter. Last year Sean Krukeberg was an all-conference
and all-state punter.
And all-state punter. Maybe Quinn Brown's following in those footsteps.
Handoff to Hubbard, and an absolute pancake block on the left side.
Flag
Hubbard's
on the field.
Break out for 22, and I think there might be a hold call. But I tell you what, that was a big hit in the backfield, Andrew.
Yeah. But Hubbard is so explosive. We've said it time and time again. This play definitely coming back. Comets catch a break, flag down at the 50-yard line.
I would say they're going to call targeting on that.
Oh.
On that play. I was thinking maybe a blindside block, but that targeting call is going to push the Lions back 15 yards.
Offensive targeting. You very rarely see that call at any level of the sport.
So that went from a 25-yard gain to a 15-yard loss, 35-yard differential there.
Yeah, 2nd and 25. Now, Dior Hubbard very easily could just
or 40-yard differential, excuse me.
Yeah, Dior Hubbard could definitely just make up all that yardage on one of these next two plays, but that sets the Lions way back. Negates all of their field position that they inherited.
1st and 25 now. Ward. That one batted at the line by who other than Noah Dowers. What a game from the junior so far.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, breakout candidate. Looks like Noah Dowers has arrived. Comets have a great legacy of the great defensive linemen, Barrick Falk and Bryce Falk, the Falk brothers. And then Caden Davis, and now Noah Dowers. And then Liam McMains hasn't popped on the stat sheet as much, but having a good game against the Toledo commit, Jake Grimm.
The toss to Hubbard, blown up in the backfield. 3 Comets swarmed him. Liam McMains, the senior captain, leading the charge.
And we just said his name. He's got a battle today. Jake Grimm, going to be one of the best tackles he faces all season long. And right there, wins off the snap, seals the edge, and Dior Hubbard brought down.
Tammy Adesanya and Tyler Dalton were there as well. Javion Hendricks is going to check into the game for Mason. So Wilson, Hendricks, and Preston Estoesta, 3 safeties, typical safeties on the field. Looks like Wilson's going to be in the corner position as Ward drops back. And I think we could see a pass interference here. No call. And Comets, I think they got away with one there, Andrew.
Yeah, you could feel this the Comets fans holding their breath there, but the refs have been letting them play so far. We've had a couple plays on both sides where maybe there could have been a holding in the secondary or pass interference, but pretty loose calls. Comets catch a break there, and now Golden Lions punt. And Comets will have decent field position. Raymond positioned at the 36-yard line.
Low snap. And Hulbia boots that one away. Picked up by Raymond. Raymond going across the field. Oh, a blindside block there from Liam McMains. He does not like that call.
You know,
it didn't look intentional, but just kind of bumped into him, and have to agree with the call. Although Raymond is down on the field for Mason after that.
Yeah, one of those heat of the moment plays there for McMains. Trying to set up a block Raymond had. Made up a lot of ground already, showing off his speed. Tripped up at the very end, though. He's getting stretched out by the trainer.
There was a penalty on the return by the Comets.
Comets going to get pushed back a little bit. Raymond's return was to around the 42. Comets going to start at the 30.
1:50 left in this third quarter. Score update in the GMC. Sycamore currently trailing the Kings Knights 14-3 right now.
The Knights.
And run up the middle from Talley. He'll pick up a little over 5 yards.
Some more score updates. This is a little outdated. At halftime, St. X leading 10-0 over the Lakota West Firebirds, two of the best teams in the entire state facing off. And then, like Adam just said, Kings leading 14-3 over Sycamore. And the Knights lost their star quarterback and receiver Michael Massari and Will Coker, but they've reloaded nicely.
Wayne currently leading Princeton 28-22. That's a big matchup. Talley takes the handoff again. Only able to pick up about 2 yards there. So 3rd and 2 for the Comets at their own 42-yard line.
Talley fell forward for a few extra yards there. It looked like he didn't get anything, but now 3rd and 2.
And I tell you what, Andrew, we see these GMC scores on the bottom of the scoreboard here, and a lot of GMC schools trailing right now. This is the non-conference week, so this would be a big win for Mason to help with the GMC standings if they can pull it off tonight.
Well, yeah, for sure. This is a huge game, not just for the GMC standings, but for the playoff picture. You know, it's only week 1. You don't really think about the playoffs at this point, but Lincoln, they made the Final Four last year. This would be huge if they can pull off the win.
Brown takes it himself, charging up the field with authority. Picks up 10 yards on the run. And the chains are moving.
Brown's starting to play with a lot of confidence. That's something you look for in a first-time quarterback. Now he's getting into his groove, and a lot of that is because of his running. That's what he's used to, playing tight end, working out in the open field. That's been successful now.
And it looks like the Comets going to let the last 10 seconds wind down. So the end of the third quarter, a low-scoring game. Just like we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, these past 2 years against these two teams have had very low-scoring games, and tonight has been no different. Comets have the 5-3 lead over the Golden Lions as we head into the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter action underway here at Dwyer Field. 1 yard gain on the first play. Liam McMains was in there playing on the offensive line.
I expect to see him on some more jumbo packages, playing tight end, tackle, whatever you want to call it, sixth lineman. He's been running some routes at practice, so that's more of a goal line situation, but coach is not afraid to get creative and use him here in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 9 now. Comets on the left hash, but 3 receivers to the right. Brown, the outside handoff to Blevins, tripped up, and it'll be a 2-yard loss. So that'll put the Comets right where they started. 3rd and 10, actually it might be 3rd and 11. Daniel Poku has had a phenomenal game. That outside corner.
3rd and 11, Comets gonna have to go back to the air here. Greer and Billhorn to the right with trips.
Brown drops back. He's got a lot of time. Throws one to a wide open Colin Billhorn. And they're gonna say he was out of bounds. And there wasn't anybody within a 10-yard radius of Colin Billhorn, and that is a heartbreaker for the Comets.
I really thought he got a foot down in there, but having to work the sideline, Comets disappointed with that. That was their best chance yet.
I guess Brown just overthrew him a tad. Wide open play for the Comets, and Billhorn could have easily taken that to the house. There was nobody near. That's going to force Brown to punt it away, and he boots it. Got some serious topspin on it. Fielded at the 9, and a stiff arm from Jalen Scott, but he'll be brought down at their own 12-yard line. So 10 minutes left in the game in Lincoln. Got 88 yards to work with.
88 yards to work with, but only need a field goal to take the lead, so I think this will be a lengthy drive for them. Not going to push the pace too much. And if you get on the scoreboard and only leave about 2 minutes for the Comets, makes things very difficult.
Yeah, I think we're going to hear Dior Hubbard's name a lot this drive.
I'm very excited to see his final stat line.
First and 10 for the Lions. Ward drops back, feeling a lot of pressure. He's able to find Simmons, or Scott, excuse me, and a lot of green grass ahead of him. And Stephen McCalmont with a huge stop after the 40-plus yard pickup.
Comets.
How about that run after the catch there from Scott?
And we've seen that a couple times. This Comets secondary is struggling in space. Lincoln, when they get into the open field, they've been tough to bring down. Hubbard, Scott, Simmons, all have had big gains.
Ward, the handoff to Hubbard. Hubbard is going to be tripped up by Kyle Wilson. Picks up 3 yards on the carry.
Kyle Wilson with another tackle for the Comets. Stephen McCalmont was in on the stop.
9:27
Dior Hubbard was the ball carrier.
left in the game. Second and 7. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left. Screen pass to Simmons. Shakes free. Javion Hendricks.
Pass was complete to Amir Simmons.
And he's able to pick up
Kyle Wilson knocked him out of bounds.
about 5 yards on the pass. 3rd and 4.
Javion Hendricks, who weren't sure who was going to be, but he's been the primary fifth defensive back today. We've gotten to see him and his brother, John, on the D-line.
And looks like Kyle Wilson, the safety's blitzing. Ward was trying to catch the Comets off guard, so Comets showing a lot of pressure. We'll see if they stick with it. 3rd and 4 now. Ward drops back. Serious blitz by the Comets. Knocks Ward, but Simmons shakes free. And he's going to pick up the first down. Ward took a big hit from Noah Dowers there. The ball kind of floated up in the air, but Simmons snagged it and did what he had to do to get a first down.
Brennan Ward shows a lot of toughness there, sticking in the pocket and dropping a dime to Simmons. Despite that great hit from Dowers. The Comets prevent the touchdown, but what a play from Ward and Simmons. It's a big momentum shifter.
Lions have it at the 25. Play action pass to Simmons. 15-yard pickup. The Lions are inside of the red zone. They have it at Comets' 8-yard line. 8 minutes left in the ball game. And how about the game that Amir Simmons has had, Andrew?
Yeah,
My goodness.
Seems to be a pretty simple game plan on this drive. Just get Amir Simmons open in space and get him the ball.
Just mixing it up between Hubbard and Simmons. Ward's been a nice facilitator so far. 1st and goal. Handoff to Hubbard. Picks up 5 yards on the carry.
Down inside the 5 now.
2nd and 4.
And Liam McManus brought him down.
Last time Gahanna got into the red zone, Comets were able to prevent the touchdown, forced a field goal. Definitely trying to do that again here.
Handoff to Jalen Scott. Or Hubbard, excuse me.
We didn't gain much.
Juan Bates, Noah Dowers in there for the tackle. Hubbard gets about a yard, brings up 3rd down. Right here, inside the 5-yard line. Do you go for the touchdown here? It's definitely running through Coach Ward's head, but focused on 3rd down. Try and get 6 right here.
The pass to Jalen Scott, and he's wide open in the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. And the Golden Lions take the lead, 9-5.
And we finally have a touchdown as Ward finds Scott. And Adam, I did say at the beginning of the game I thought this might be a little more high scoring than the past 2 years. I'm halfway right at this point. We've officially passed the total score from last year when the Comets lost 9-7. The year before, 15-7, so not quite there yet.
And the field goal, the extra point is up and good. So 5-point game now. The Lions on top of the Comets, 10-5.
With 6:40 remaining.
And we'll see the Comets draw up here. Still got a lot of time left, 6:40. They've been able to get down the field, Andrew. They just, once they've hit that about the 30 line mark, haven't been able to finish things.
Yeah, Mason definitely not panicking here. 6 minutes, 40 seconds is plenty of time to go down the field and score, but pressure is on. After that touchdown, you have to score a touchdown. Field goal is not an option. And you're facing a very tough Lincoln defense.
LaSalle ahead of Coleraine 21-0. Wayne, like we said earlier, ahead of Fairfield 28-22. And Hamilton trailing Baden 15-0. The Lions boot that one away. And the penalty flag is going to be thrown as that kick goes out of bounds around the 6-yard line. These Comets should have pretty nice field position to start.
Yep, done. Right move there, letting the ball go out of bounds. Kickoff, take the penalty. Only have to travel 60 yards here. It's very manageable, or 70 yards, excuse me. It's a lot better field position. Is 60 yards. The chain gang a little behind.
Comet offense takes the field. Tally is the tailback. Trips formation to the left. Blevins, Billhorn, and Greer. All one-on-one matchups. Brown's going to take it himself and takes a big hit. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Quan Rhodes, the linebacker, makes a statement there. First play of the drive. Stops Brown for no gain.
.606 left in the game. Brown takes the snap. Ooh, very dangerous there. Looks like miscommunication there from Brown and Greer. Brown is frustrated. That ball almost picked off.
Yeah, Brown facing a lot of pressure. Greer wasn't able to get his route off. Brown threw the initial, or was throwing to Greer for the initial route, and very lucky that one wasn't 6 points the other way. A lot of green grass.
Official timeout called. All fives on the scoreboard. 5:55 is an injury for Gahanna.
Gives the Comets some time to think about what they're going to do here on third down. Is Opoku, after some stretching, going to jog to the sideline.
One of the biggest stars on this Gahanna side of the defense off the field right now. We'll see if the Comets are able to capitalize. We potentially see Quinn Brown take a shot to Braden Greer, Andrew. You know, Opoku's been on Greer all night long. It looks like Dior Hubbard's going to check in at corner and replace Opoku.
Matchup to watch, certainly Greer versus Hubbard.
And Brown's going to take it himself. He's got at least 10. Picks up 17 and 18 on the carry. And Brown finds the hole. Picks up the first down.
And Brown was thinking about taking a deep shot there, but take the first down when you can pretty much guarantee it. You saw the gap on the right side of the field. New set of downs, and now you have a chance to take a shot. Although Dior Hubbard, he's got a lot of speed too. I don't know if I want to test him even with Opoku out.
Tallied tailback right behind Brown. 5:54, 48 on the clock. Screen pass to Blevins. Tries to shake free of Hubbard, and Hubbard's helmet's going to come off on the play.
Hubbard read that play very well. Went with Greer, recognized the screen, shed his block, made the stop.
All right, Andrew, so Opoku's off the field. Hubbard's off the field for one play. Got the third string corner in.
And it's 2nd and 8 too. You've got another down if it doesn't work out here. Only a single high safety. Yeah, this is the time to take a shot.
But Brown just going to take it himself. The QB draw. Pick up about 4 yards on the carry.
And as soon as that play started, I saw Braden Greer fully extend his arms and push the DB back. So pretty early giveaway. It was going to be a run there. Quinn Brown only picks up a few yards there. Lincoln defense able to get the stop. And Evan Lang, who this coaching staff likes to call Clubber Lang after the Rocky villain, coming in as a second tight end.
And Lang, only a sophomore. Coaches are very excited about him. Cale Jordan, the other tight end in right now. 3rd and 4. Ball's on the Lion 41-yard line. Handoff to Talley. Talley pushing forward, and he picks up the first down.
Yeah, no,
Andrew, I've been impressed with Sakai Talley tonight. A 3-headed monster they've had. Talley, in my opinion, leading the charge.
Definitely, and I'm watching the replay on our Mason scoreboard right now. It's recently been implemented at Dwyer Field, and Talley just got an additional push. Looks like from Cale Jordan. He got a block there to pick up the first down, but yeah, Talley has just been keeping his legs moving and picking up extra yardage every chance he gets. You love to see that in his first game in a Comet jersey.
The one thing you don't love to see, though, is Sky Talley down on the field right now.
Yeah, he's been dealing with an ankle injury these past couple weeks. Tweaked it a little bit in the first scrimmage against Lebanon. Able to go tonight.
He does jump up, though, so it's a good sign.
And they've got a lot of depth in that area, but you need your top guys when it matters. And with 4 minutes and 12 seconds right now, this definitely qualifies as one of those moments.
Yeah, Talley does jog off with a little limp, so you can see him wincing on the sideline right now. He jumps up on the trainer's table. Blevins going to check into the game for the Comets. First down, the Lion 36. Brown drops back, feeling some pressure. The screen pass almost intercepted. Quan Rhodes, excuse me. Got a hand on that one.
Yeah, dodged the bullet, and Brown had hands in his face right away. A blitzing DB went right plus Blevins. Not sure if that was a design, if he was going for a route out of the backfield or if he just missed the block, but Brown nearly got drilled. Still 2nd and 10.
Under 4 minutes left in the game. This clock stopped at 3:52.
McDaniel checks in at running back.
The handoff to McDaniel. Nothing much going to happen there.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 43 seconds left. You do have 2 timeouts, but can't leave things up to chance of the punt here. This is the most important play of the game so far for the Comets. 4-down situation. Expect Brown to target his go-to man, Braden Greer.
Let's say, could we also see potentially, another QB run from Brown here? He's been picking up, about 5 yards every carry.
Yeah, that's been their go-to play when they need a bucket, so it's something to watch.
A lot of men in the box for Lincoln, and Quinn Brown's going to do exactly that. Not able to get much, though.
We'll see what forward progress gives him, but maybe 2 yards there. Not with the not a very generous spot. It's going to be 4th and 8. Very difficult spot. Dunn checking in. McDaniel heads off the field, so expecting an empty set here. Maybe Blevins checks back into the backfield. Definitely signaling pass.
A lot of energy on the Golden Lion sideline right now. 2:24 left in the game. 4th down for the Comets. Blevins in the backfield. As Brown takes the snap, drops back, scrambles to his right, takes a shot down the field to Colin Billhorn. And they're going to say incomplete. Comet fans wanting a flag.
That right there, play of the day from Jason Smith. Goes up and wins. Football gets the pass breakup, and Billhorn thought he had it there. Comets 2 timeouts, 2:05 left. They're going to have a chance to get the ball back. But even if they do, not much time left. Defense can't afford any first downs here.
A deflated Mason sideline right now. But they've got to stick with it. Still 2 minutes on the clock. They've got 2 timeouts.
And that timeout from the beginning of the third quarter where there's just a miscommunication with the offense starting to haunt them. That's 40 potential seconds they're missing.
Dunn with the handoff to Hubbard.
Met quickly, but able to push forward for a couple yards. 2nd and 8. The Comets will take a 2-yard pickup. And Kastner calls his 2nd timeout.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, Andrew. They had to take that timeout early in the third quarter, and that could prove to be costly here. If all goes well, they're going to have limited time to have the ball back. But first, the defense got to step up and force a 3-and-out.
And, the Comets have been pretty successful so far. It's been those chunk plays that have killed them. But they've been successful at getting short yardage stoppage. 2 more plays to go here. We'll see what happens. But definitely expecting run as they've got John Hendricks in. Defensive tackle.
.159 on the clock. Hubbard to the right of Ward. Hubbard takes a handoff, spin move, and chugs forward for a 7-yard gain.
Final timeout called. So this play could end things. The Lions just need 2 yards for a first down. And wonder if they'll put in a 5th defensive lineman. We've seen Bates and Hendricks rotating in. This could be the time to have both play at the same time.
1 minute, 50 seconds remaining.
3rd and 1 Comets, This is a tough matchup for them. 2 teams that had a lot of success last year. Lions made the Final Four. We've said that a couple times. But Mason and the GMC only have 1 non-conference game on their schedule. This is really your only chance to make a statement against a school not in your conference until the playoffs. And it's all going to come down to this last play.
Huge play here. 3rd and 1. Under 2 minutes left in the game. Can the Comets make this huge stop? Ward with the handoff to Hubbard. And we'll see where they spot it. A flag is thrown. Looks like it might be after the play. And the ref points towards the Lincoln side.
Yeah, they're moving backwards.
So it's
Kastner happy.
I'm guessing a hold, but
Flag was thrown a little late. Could be a hold. See how far they move back. At that point, it almost looked like there might have been some extracurriculars. Maybe a personal foul.
And it was for holding. So they'll keep their 3rd down, but it pushes them back 10 yards. And that was a huge break for the Comets because it would have been enough for the first down.
Now, yeah, that was definitely close, but I think Dior Hubbard had it now. Have to deal with a pass potentially. Hubbard still in the backfield.
Hubbard takes it. Stays on his feet. Should have been a 1-yard loss, and he picked up about 8 on the carry. So it will be 4th down, 4th and 2.
Ward looking to the sideline, see for his dad. to give the signal if they're going to stay out on the field and try to put the nail in the coffin or punt. Personally, I think you got to punt here. Only a minute left. I think they're just going to let the clock run out and call a timeout. Yeah. Not a lot of time for the Comets.
Raymond back in the game for the Comets. He's the return man, standing about around the 25-yard line. We're under a minute now, 55 seconds on the clock, and they will let the clock wind down all the way to 52 seconds. Gahanna will call a timeout.
Mason's leaned on their run game all game long, but that's not going to fly here with 52 seconds and no timeouts. Going to have to pass. And Quinn Brown nearly had Brown nearly had Billhorn in the end zone. Has had a couple fades to Greer that were inches away from connecting. It's been a game of almost and ifs for Mason. Have a couple more shots to flip that narrative.
Yeah, that play to Billhorn is going to be killer. Wide open around the 20-yard line. Nothing but green grass ahead of them.
Raymond.
But still some time on the clock. Hulaba, the senior, looking to punt it away. Raymond back to return for the Comets. He absolutely boots it, and Raymond will fair catch it around the 21. So 47 seconds left in the game. 79 yards to work with. Comets, they've got to score a touchdown.
I don't know about you, Adam. I'm getting a little bit of flashbacks to the playoff game against Springboro here. It was a different Brown under center, Larson there, but Braden Greer was the main playmaker on that drive. Had, I believe, 3 catches, including about a 30-yard game-winning receiving touchdown.
And we'll see if Daniel Poku's back on the field to guard Greer. I can't tell right now based off the number. But 47 seconds left. 4 receiver set for the Comets. Brown rolling towards his right. Launches one. So Colin Billhorn, he shoved, and yes, they're going to call it.
Way
Bad
down
penalty there from Jason Smith.
That pass is intended for Colin Billhorn.
Free 15 for Comets.
But there was a flag, and that flag is for pass interference.
But
That really helps because it stops the clock now. 40 seconds left. Ball on the Comet 39.
and Mason can kind of just look at that as a catch and then moving out of bounds, picking up that first down. Although Lions lucky they're not playing NFL rules. Well, it's only a 15-yard penalty in high school, but in the pros it's a spot of foul play.
1st and 10 now. Ball to Mason 36. Brown. He's going to take it himself. Takes a hard hit. The clock is still moving.
And looking to
Comets
spike it here.
Rush to the line.
Going to lose about 15 seconds off the clock.
The handoff to McDaniel. And I'm not sure what the Comets were doing there. They need to spike the ball, so the clock's still running. 3rd down. And Brown will clock it with 6 seconds left. And Andrew, I'm thinking that Brown might have lost control of the ball a little bit and just kind of ended up in the hands of McDaniel. You definitely wouldn't call a run play there. I don't think that was designed.
Lost about 15 seconds. Kastner looked surprised. I don't know what just happened, but now the Comets, last play of the game, Lincoln going to call a timeout.
It looks like I think they're going to reset the clock.
Yeah, clock did a few too many seconds ran off. This will be 7. I thought it was about 9 seconds. They're only going to add 1. That really doesn't do much, but not enough time for 2 plays.
One final play here, likely from Dwyer Field. Quinn Brown takes the snap. Looking to the middle of the field. Blevins drops it. What? I don't know what's going on. The pass was complete to Greer. He's playing some recess, threw it back to Blevins. Blevins dropped it and just stood there. And a heartbreaking end to the game.
Gahanna Lincoln 10, Mason 5.
So the final score, Gahanna Lincoln 10, Mason 5.
It was an excellent season opening football game with
And I think the crowd's stunned here
turnovers and
at Dwyer Field. It was a defensive battle all game long.
10-5. Gahanna Lincoln Golden
The Lions come out on top.
Yeah, competitive game all the way through. Looked like there's a sliver of hope for the Comets. I thought Blevins had an alleyway, but lost control of the ball, and the Lions picked it up. That was it.
We hope to see you back here.
Comets just in shock from that finish.
Congratulations to the Hall of Fame inductees.
So that's going to do it here from Dwyer Field. The Comets fall in the opening week of high school football here in Ohio as the visiting Gahanna Lincoln Golden Lions from Columbus take down the Mason Comets 10-5. Thank you all for tuning in tonight here on Mason Sports Radio. I've been Adam Little, joined alongside my partner Andrew. We had a great crew working tonight. Daniel Panetti, Brain Johansson behind the scenes, and Isaac Vargo and Alyssa Feinblatt working the cameras. Thanks for tuning in as the Comets will take on the Oak Hills Highlanders next week at Oak Hills. Final score here from